Hello friends and welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, October 12th, and it's a cool cloudy day here in southeastern Pennsylvania. Got a bunch of rain yesterday. Got to get some yard work done today. So even though it's cold and damp, I gotta get out there after this. So something to look forward to, I suppose. Today I am going to enjoy my new JD Wolf pipe. I premiered this on a live stream. I'm going to talk more about that. We had JD on as a guest this past Friday. It was a lot of fun. But this is he calls this a freehand, and yeah, it's a pretty little pipe. Not a color combination I would normally go for. You know, I'm more of a you know traditional classic billiard kind of guy with the brownish, tannish, whatever. But this just spoke to me when I picked it up. I love the lines on it and the shape. It's really cool addition to my gathering of pipes. So I'm gonna load this up with some Haunted Bookshop, which I probably should have done already, but I wanted to show you the pipe sans tobacco. And I took my big tub of Haunted Bookshop upstairs to reload my little jar of Haunted Bookshop that I keep upstairs. So we're going to be loading from the Deluxe Luxury Pouch today. And I'm smoking Haunted Bookshop because it is the official tobacco of October. It's also the official tobacco of most months, but also because it's my favorite, but I believe that you should break in a pipe with a tobacco you know really well. I think that's the most important thing, because then you know when it's broken in. So I probably know Haunted Bookshop better than any other tobacco. I mean, maybe Carter Hall, but with the changes with Carter Hall since I stopped smoking it regularly, I don't know, maybe not. So, but it's the right tobacco for me to break in a pipe. The right tobacco for you might be something completely different. It's what you know. And you know, people will tell you, oh, you gotta use Virginias because they have a higher sugar content, and that's going to, or you gotta use Burleys because they burn better. I think knowing what it should taste like and being able to know when you're done with the break-in process is the most important thing. And somebody asked during the live stream, did I bring my lighter with me? Yes, I did. Somebody asked during the live stream if you know, it was important to do the 1/3 bowl, 2/3 bowl, 3/3 bowl break-in method. And, you know, it's a matter of personal preference. The important thing is that you smoke it all the way down the first couple of bowls, because you don't want the sides to start to cake and not get any cake on the bottom. So that's the most important thing. Now, if that's easier for you to do with just the third bowl, do it that way. If you're the kind of guy that smokes all the way to the bottom anyway, it doesn't matter. My opinion. Oh, you know what? I don't think I refilled that this morning, so haha. I made a video about how darn reliable these Honest lighters are, and I bought 2 more of them. So Greg gave me 1. I've got 2 more. And after I made that video, I'll be darned if they didn't all start needing like 2 or 3 clicks to get going. But still, they light. And as you just saw, sometimes on the first shot. Huh. My lucky day. So I got to interview JD on the, well, I hate saying interview. We had a conversation on the live stream this past Friday. That is available if you want to go and watch it. It was great. It was a fantastic chat. We got some good questions from the online chat. We just enjoyed it a lot, and I think we got to know JD a little bit better. And he told us a bit about his pipe making philosophy, why he got into making pipes, what he wants to do going forward. I mean, the amazing thing is, this was made by a guy who's been making pipes for about a year. Okay, this is incredible. Um, is it master level work? It's not bad. It's not bad. Uh, he's going to get better, and he's going to be phenomenal. Is my point. If he can do this after 1 year, and this is good, he's going to be phenomenal. Um, it draws very nicely. Um, the dimensions are very nice. Why do I keep picking up the wrong lighter? The dimensions are very good. Proportions is what I should be saying. And it feels good to hold it in my mouth. It's a good clenching pipe. I could easily see this as being a favorite driving pipe. I like to have something that sits just like this when I'm driving. Or I can switch over here because the window's over here. If somebody's in the car with me, I'll be like this, but I'm more comfortable like this. So that's why I don't like to have people in the car with me. I did it just on Friday night. I was walking out of the parking lot, walking out to the parking lot with a colleague, and my car was parked very close to the exit of the. You could see it. It was right there, and she was parked like on the other end of the lot, which is probably a 10-minute walk or something. And she said, "Oh, you got a really good spot. I'm way down there." And I said, "I'll drive you to your car if you want. I'll give you a lift down there. But my car is full of tobacco ash, smells like tobacco smoke, and you're probably going to get a fishing hook in you." And I say this all the time to people, and never once has anyone taken me up on the offer. And I'm not lying. It really is that bad, because that's my fishing car. Um, it's my everyday driver, but I don't know. I've never been a guy who has to like wash and detail his car every Saturday. It just cars are tools. I want to keep them functional. Just like if I get a chip of paint off on one of my like on my lathe, I'm not gonna rush out and get the bright color paint and rematch that or something. If it's something that might rust, I might put a little bit of paint over it. It may not match. It doesn't matter to me. The cosmetics aren't important. The function is what's important. So I'll keep it well oiled, and I'll take it apart and replace bearings and everything else. But scratching the paint, a little bit of grease splatter up there, or some chips that are in that corner that I can't quite reach, I don't care. I guess that makes me a slob in some quarters. So yeah, JD, in addition to making a fine pipe after just a year, is a fine gentleman, and I had a couple of conversations with him so far leading up to the Friday night thing, and I just look forward to continuing that. I mean, he's become a friend, and I appreciate that. Uh, but he really wanted to take us on a tour of his workshop and talk about different pipes in progress, maybe some tools, things like that. And unfortunately, we tested we tested the whole. So my plan was to have him come in on Google Meet, so we'd get video and audio. I've never done this before. It's a little complex to get it to work. I thought I had everything working. We tested it on Wednesday night. It worked beautifully. I recorded it on Wednesday night, and it was the recording was fine. The audio was fine. Everything worked. We started. The live stream starts at 8. JD was kind enough to get on at 7:45, even though he wasn't going to come on until 7:15. And we got everything set up so it was working properly. Everything was perfect. And I brought him in, and darn it, he had no audio. We tried everything to get that audio working, and we just couldn't do it. So what we wound up having to do was to go back to my old style phone call with the phone close to the microphone. And, it's not the best way to use the technology, but it worked. And we were able to have a chat. So that was good. But I am going to get this video thing working. Um, Video audio thing working. I'm hoping to have it ready for the next one. Wrong later again. We're going to do this again in November with Phil Rivara. Date still to be determined, but it'll probably be before Thanksgiving. And it probably won't do anything in December, but going into next year, I want to try to do this maybe as a monthly thing, at least every other month. We'll just see how many pipe makers we can get to sign on. And I've already got a list. Some folks have recommended 3 or 4 other guys. If there's people you think would be good, send me the names. Put it in the chat. Put it in the description. No, you can't put it in the description. Comments. There we go. Put it in the comments. Send me an email. Whatever. But yeah, let me know. I'd love to have more names and expand this and just I think it's a fun thing to do. I think it's enjoyable for me because I have a big interest in pipe making. But I think a lot of people want to know more about where their pipes come from. So yeah, looking forward to doing more of that. The audio video thing, I'm not looking forward to doing more of that. I will get this working. I know I can get this working. But there's nothing worse than having 60 people sitting there watching you and not being able to provide audio. It's just, and everybody's really kind about it, and I know people are going to say, oh, you do great, it's fine. Yeah, I know, and I appreciate that greatly, but it just is a stressful situation that I don't want to have to go through again. So we'll get it sorted. And I'm probably going to be doing, in the coming weeks, you'll probably see these random live streams pop up. Just 15, 20-minute things where we'll test out the audio video. If anybody wants to volunteer to be a Google Meet guinea pig for that, let me know, because I'm gonna need that end of it. But we'll get this sorted, I promise. I've been finding with this particular batch of Haunted Bookshop, I've been finding it's for some reason harder for me to keep it lit. And I don't mean, like, if I wasn't talking, I would not have to relight this, but it's for some reason not staying lit. So this is the second smoke out of this pipe, and honestly, it's really remarkably well behaved. I'm not sure what bulk coating JD uses, but it had a little bit of a flavor on Friday night, but that's gone, and still a little bit of harshness to it, which I find new pipes provide that. I don't know why, but maybe it's until that cake starts to build. The burn is not as, I don't know, I guess you're getting other stuff burning or whatever. And also I imagine the airway has to be seasoned a bit, have smoke drawn through it. I did run a pipe cleaner through it before the first smoke. I always do that with a new pipe, because shops are dirty places and you never know. You can get dust. Some people, some makers are very meticulous about blowing out the airway and making sure that it's clean and all that. I've had others, work on a mouthful of sawdust, so you gotta be careful. Also, the coating sometimes will break down a bit, and you'll get like a powdery powder in the bottom. So yeah, it's just good practice to anytime you get a new pipe, just run a pipe cleaner through it, and make sure the airway is clear. And it was on this pipe, but um, yeah, good stuff. As you can check out JD, I'll put a link to his Instagram and website down in the description. If you're on Instagram, please go and give him a follow. He wants to do Instagram lives where he's making pipes, and wants to be able to show people his methods and everything. But also, if you commission a pipe from him, you can actually watch him make it, which is kind of a cool idea. Probably not the whole process. He's not going to put his life on Instagram, but key parts to it. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, but he needs to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram to do that. So if you're on Instagram, please go follow JD Wolf. I'll put his Instagram account down there, but I think it's JD Wolf Pipes or JD Wolf Custom Pipes, something like that. Uh, but I will put Instagram and his website in the description. So I got to get some yard work done. Most importantly, I'm doing an experiment this year. I'm planting winter rye, which I've not done before. It's just a cover crop. It helps the soil, bring some stuff back into the soil that's been taken out by the vegetables. And if you catch it right before it seeds, you can just cut it and drop it, and that provides straw for the next round of vegetables. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not broadcast sowing it because I don't want I got raised beds. I'm not going to get a lawnmower up there or something. So I'm actually just planting it in rows, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's a fun little experiment. So I got that to do. The little greenhouse topper that I talked about last time, I didn't get out last weekend to get it. So I went this weekend, and when I looked at the website, this is from Tractor Supply. When I looked at the website, the local one that's about 10 miles away, no, 5 miles away, uh, it said it had one left. I said, oh, okay. So I went and asked about it, and they said they couldn't find it. And they said, it probably sold. We put them on clearance, and it probably sold. And the other guy said, do you think maybe it's in the back? And the guy said, it's unlikely it's in the back. Nah, it's not in the back. So they didn't even want to go look. So I went back to my car, and I looked for other Tractor Supplies, and there was one that was about 20 miles from where I was currently sitting. And they had two in stock, and I could order online for pickup. And I thought, well, what the heck? I got nothing better to do. So I ordered it online. And when I went to order it, it had been put on clearance for $10. So that was good because it was originally 40. So I drove the 20 miles isn't that far, and there it was, ready for me to pick up for $10. So it was raining yesterday, so I couldn't really do much with it. But gonna put that together. Gonna get some lettuce, spinach, and arugula in the ground, and we'll see how that does as a winter crop with the cover. Maybe these are all experiments. I don't know. And I'm glad it was only $10 because I'm planning to. I'd like to build a. This is like a polytunnel kind of thing. I'm sure it's a little bit more sturdy than the poly stuff, but it's not. It's not as big as the bed, and it's not as robust as it could be. So I'm planning to use it this year to see how it goes, and if it goes well, I might build an actual sort of greenhouse topper box that you can open up with plexiglass panels and stuff. Why not? I know how to do it. Think. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna go and finish this and try to not relight it again. I hope you all have a great Sunday. Check out JD Wolf again. The links will be down below, and if you're on Instagram, please follow. Have a fantastic Sunday. I hope you're looking forward to a great week ahead. And until we speak again, I will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.